already
Is
live.
it live? Is it live?
Okay. It is live, I
It
think.
is live.
Hang on,
Okay.
let's see for the YouTube channel.
No, you gotta say it right. It is alive!
No.
It's Dr.
It is so.
Frankenstein.
Yes.
Frankenstein, not Stein.
Yes, Stein.
Fine.
Frankenstone. All right. Okay. YouTube is working. Let me just put out the announcements. / live.
I should put my monster in my wine glass so I can still pretend like I'm drinking wine.
So anyone reading the stream description, I'm sorry, I actually don't have my mining ships on any of the 2 carriers that went to the lost carrier, so I'm not mining, and instead will make my way over to the current waypoint. So I'm using Sponge Plotter for that, so I don't have the chat in view right now. And we also don't really have a plan for today, so we just sit here and we
main
talk.
announcement are out. I'm gonna put 2 more into a Beagle Bar and hang on. Let's copy paste that. I've been typing everything.
Where is my code? Okay, I've turned the game down now from 42% to 30%.
It just went quiet itself.
Well, for those of you in the distant radio Discord server, I have gone through with my plan exactly as I said. I am drinking Monster out of a wine glass.
Very fancy. Hang on. Did I forget anything? Everything seems to be in order. So hello everyone. This is the official Disney Worlds podcast live again. We have another Ventcast episode for tonight. At least I call it that.
We have an unscripted episode.
Unscripted, they are never scripted though.
Yeah, but more unscripted than usual.
Yeah, hello YouTube, hello radio, and hello of course the people here on stage in the live audience. Yeah, we didn't really, yeah, as you just said, we don't really have anything to concrete planned. But yeah, here with me tonight for now are Kenny Rosser and Dr. Nagi, both from the org and the radio team.
And
yeah.
Fleetcom. We're on all 3 teams.
Yeah, all 3 teams. Insider scoops non-stop tonight. But yeah, Kenny, you kind of suggested the idea of tonight's episode, so go ahead and tell us.
Okay, well, last night I was kind of pissed off. Kind of frustrated. Definitely some burnout. So since we're like, oh, what do we want to do? I'm like, hey, I could hop on. I could talk about database stuff. I could talk about different roles that I play across the board, and a little bit of ranting and raving about my real life work and how that ties into people sending me death threats via the contact form because I don't get to their ticket immediately because I'm sorry that I had to do CPR at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. That takes a little bit of priority. But yeah, so that was my idea, and you went, you know what, fuck it, yes. So I set my alarm to go off at 12:30. I crawled out of bed at 1:15 p.m. and now I'm here drinking Monster Energy drink out of a wine glass.
Yes.
Great
I am
start.
drinking stuff out of a can. Sorry. So yeah, Nagi is actually on YouTube doing some mining,
No,
I suppose.
as
You
I
planning
said,
to?
my mining ships appear to be on one of the carriers that did not go to the lost carrier. So I don't have my mining ships with me, and instead I'm now jumping from the lost carrier over to the waypoint system, waypoint 2.
Oh boy, waypoint 2. Oh my god. That could be our first talking point. Because wow, did we get some feedback on that? And a lot of positives. A lot of people are enjoying it. But there's been some pushback of, well, the average on the website says, well, I think something like 2,500 light years, or no, 5,000 light years per week. And the first thing that I want to point out, keyword there, average. The laws of average. If you have a 14,000 light year jump one week and a 1,000 light year jump the next week, they're going to average out to, that would be about 7,000 light years. When you have approximately 30 waypoints, extremes on both sides, yeah, they kind of average out. Also, the FAQ was built before a lot of projects were finalized, and a lot of the information was based off of Distant Worlds 2 statistics, which, here's a fun statistic for people bitching and moaning, oh, it's so far. Distant Worlds 2 was before we had fleet carriers. The last two waypoints were 13,000 and 14,000 light years each. And we had 1 week to do each one of those waypoints in. So, to the people who are moaning and complaining that the second waypoint, the first time you actually have to jump, is a long one, well, at least we're getting it out of the way now while you still have the energy and you're not completely burnt out just trying to make it to the end.
Yep. And on that note, I guess I can say that the last 2 or 3 waypoints are also our shortest ones. So there'll be smooth sailing towards the end of the expedition. Also, I just had
What
an
do you mean by
interesting
smooth sailing?
bug,
Yeah.
kind of, in game with routing. So we are near the summit sector, and I've plotted a neutron route in Spanish. Gave me a route with 1 jump to the next neutron, but in game it was 3 jumps because the in-game route went around the permit locked systems. But I could directly target the next neutron and skip through the permit wall or a little edge of it because I had enough jump range to make that.
Lucky you.
Yeah. And hey, there's FDev spaghetti code for you. Oh my god. FDev's code. I am so glad that I am not the database administrator or a database administrator for Elite Dangerous, because just from what I can infer from issues such as, oh, I changed my commander name, but all of my discoveries in game are linked with my old commander name, and oh, it's so hard to or it was until they made it a cash grab to change a username, that they wouldn't do it barring special occasions, tells me how bad their database is. And that's just their database. We're not even talking about their god-awful netcode. The P2P net, oh dear lord. That is a marvel, Nagi, what you and all of the mass jump organizers and volunteers are able to pull off is how stable you can keep those instances with 50 plus commanders and to all get a jump together, I'm surprised that you can get even the numbers that you do.
Yeah, I've never had big problems with that, except for when I joined instances on the surface at the launch site. That was lagging as hell until I got to a different instance by Alec Turner, which was, I guess, a fresh one. That one was fine, where we did the SRV racing. And usually when I sit in mass jumps, and most of the time I'm one of the first people to arrive, and for me it's stable. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
oh, go ahead.
okay. I've been hearing complaints about netcode in games, like in general, from every game. So my question about that kind of thing is there even a workable solution? Because nobody seems to be getting it.
Yes, no. There is no perfect solution. Every MMO that I've played outside of Elite Dangerous, which technically is an MMO, it is massive multiplayer online. Massive is a relative term, of course, but it's an online multiplayer game. Elite Dangerous is
I
the
will
only
replace the
one that does not have stable netcode. Let's look at spreadsheets in space. They have a great solution for it. It's not a perfect solution, and holy shit, waiting an hour for your one action to happen kind of feels reminiscent of a very large D&D party, but it works. World of Warcraft.
It's somehow
it works.
Eve does still break. Don't say that it actually works, because it doesn't. I've experienced.
Yeah, but not just in MMOs,
Yes,
also in other multiplayer games. It's always been kind of, yeah, netcode is one of the primary complaints of everyone.
Yeah. So there's always going to be a limit to what netcode can do and how the servers can handle it. But when you take every other major game that is MMO and compare it to the stability of an Elite Dangerous instance, Elite Dangerous is back in the fucking 90s with dial-up and DSL. It is that bad.
Yeah, World of Warcraft and also Final Fantasy 14 are quite stable, and then it's very rare that problems.
Yeah, realistically, the only times I have ever seen issues with instance stability in World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 is when they're being DDoSed by hackers.
Yeah. Yep.
What if the real netcode was really just the friends we made along the way? Those are some really shitty ass friends then.
Get new.
You get better friends, yeah.
Some of the carriers are really close to this stuff.
Right, I am outfitting my ship with mining equipment now.
Popping out the shit, so I don't need to
What kind of
get
stuff do you
Spanish.
need for... Huh?
Kinda hard to hear Dr. Nagi over the game at times. Okay, question. How is the game sound compared to the other people?
Yeah, that would be something to consider.
Nagi's gotten even more quiet. Okay, well, I can boost my...
That actually happened when you said you
mic.
turned the game volume down.
Mute the game! Perfect solution.
No, this needs to work.
In-game volume has to go down, just easy as that. But yeah, what kind of mining tools do I need for tritium mining?
Oh, tritium mining, that's basic. That is the most boring mining out there. It's just mining
Yeah,
lasers.
mining lasers, okay.
You don't at FDev. Oh my god. Okay, this has to be a rant. They gave us some amazing mining tools, really reinvigorate how mining was done, and then they literally did jack shit with it. Even on Distant Worlds 2, where they had the prime opportunity when it first came out to really showcase all of the deep core mining tools and mechanics behind it. It was such an awesome idea. And they went, actually, yeah, you know what? That's a little too OP. So we're just going to send everyone back to laser mining and getting bauxite.
Okay, I've turned my volume up by 5 decibel. So how is it now, guys?
Can you hear me now? Good.
And
you
also,
hear us now?
every other audio that so that is both the other voices and the game are minus 15 decibel on my settings. So that's how hard I'm boosting my mic and turning everything else down.
Okay, one says a lot better. We hear you over the game now.
Still hard to hear clearly though. Okay, so turn this down more.
Well,
Yeah, especially
to be
the ship
fair,
voices.
it is hard to understand Nagi. So if you don't hear, if the audio level is good, but you can't hear,
Yeah, he
you
hardly
can't make
makes
him out.
sense,
You can't. Yeah. Remember, Nagi is Space Cat.
Meow.
Yeah, most of them, I mostly hear meowing, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so subsurface displacement missiles also, someone said subsurface, yeah, okay.
Yes, yes. If you want to blow shit up, I guess you can use subsurface missile deposits. No one ever fucking talks about it because, again, it's just faster and more efficient just to load up a bunch of fucking mining lasers because that is how inventive FDev is.
But I
This
remember
guy was
the
compared
fun.
to previous streams and the other. Wait, what do you mean compared to previous streams? Because I didn't change the settings. Huh?
Wait, what? Compared to previous streams?
Sometimes no. This has nothing to do with Discord. If my audio has nothing to do with Discord, because I'm the one streaming.
Yeah, he's streaming on YouTube, so his is the.
Yes, yes. You need to stop going out on Friday evenings, and honestly,
Really?
just stop eating in general.
And join us in
Eating
voice
is such
anyway.
a problem.
Same for Ben. Right-click on yourself and enter stage if you want to, of course.
It's fine on the website. Yeah, it's because Michael has a sound mixer, a special one.
Yeah, I have compression on my output, so everything gets a bit pulled up if it's too quiet.
And also, Michael doesn't have any game sound to deal with as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
that as well. I don't have any game sound to deal with because I can actually wire my audio with a patch bay, so I can just decide which audio sources just go into what. And actually, while we're at it, everyone go switch to Linux if you haven't yet, because it's so fucking awesome in all kinds of stuff. You might have to learn a few things again now and there, here and there, but
barring certain circumstances, switch to Linux. I myself, my writing software does not work in Linux. Even using Wine and Proton doesn't work. My photo editing software that is not Adobe also does not work in Linux. And I know my bike trainer virtual writing software doesn't work in Linux. So yes, there are times where it is not the best idea to switch to Linux, but for the most part, fucking switch to Linux.
I'm gonna say you haven't tried hard enough yet to get it working.
Oh my god.
But just
You never
use a
have
VM.
to ask who uses Linux because just like a vegan, they're going to tell you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But,
I've
yes,
spotted the route to a location that someone told me that has tellurium crystal sites. So that's where I'm going now. So I'll be collecting some materials with my SRV, so I can get SRV repairs going. Because we have every week, and as we've discussed last week on the podcast, we have races going on. SRV races. I need my repair materials for that. So that's what I'm going to do on stream now. So is the audio fine now? Or is there still room for improvement? Please let me know.
It's interesting that you say there's going to be SRV races. Wouldn't the website be a great place to have those announced?
I'm personally too lazy to put them all on there because I also don't actually see all the races that get posted by the racing team. So maybe give those guys permission so they can do it themselves.
Man, it would be amazing if the racing team actually came and asked for those permissions. Of course, the hard part also with that is it's a one permission and then it gives them access to everything. So we're not giving out that access to everyone. So Nagi, you need to have a representative who you feel is fine having access to all of the org utilities if you don't want to build up all of the events. But just as a FYI, since we are ranting and raving about the website database and everything that I'm having to deal with, right now there's no events showing on the website.
Yep.
And
No
since
events.
I'm poking fun at Nagi right now, let's see here. Registration administration. Loading. Holy fucking shit, Nagi, you're being lazy. You're being cat. There are 43 applications that are currently
just
pending.
43?
So hey,
I was
53,
expecting
correction,
something
53.
like, oh no, you're gonna say, oh, there's over 80 or over 100. Not many new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will process them all before the cut-off date. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my promise.
Yes. Oh my god, the cutoff date. I am so looking forward to more death threat emails. And yes, to the question earlier, yes, several of us received DMs, and we also received email of death threats from at least one now ex-participant of Distant Worlds 3. All over it's really funny. The first threats all came over because they emailed us while I was on my 5 days on. So I work a very interesting schedule. I work 2 days on, 2 days off, 5 days on, 5 days off. I'm currently on my 5-day off. And what that means is I work a minimum of 12 hours on an ambulance. And then I get about 10 hours at home. So that's 8 hours to sleep. And then 2 hours for showers and getting food ready for the next day. Trying to spend any amount of time with my boyfriend. All of that. I get 10 hours for 5 days in a row. That's right. I work more hours in 5 days than I spend at home. So they happened to send it on my first day on, and I am not able to really check emails while I'm on the ambulance. I am pretty much limited to what I can do on my phone, and checking emails on my phone and responding to them is not going to happen. So they were having the issue that a lot of people who do not read were having with the very first waypoint where FDev's horrible code was saying, hey, you can't make this jump. This is in a permit locked system. And it wasn't. Well, they sent an email on my first day on. And I just so happened to have time on my third day where I could pull out my laptop and try and get through some of my emails. Mind you, when I did that, I had just shy of 100 emails from people requesting me to reset their passwords because they didn't sign up. They didn't register with an email, or a few of them actually did, but Google has, for whatever dumb fucking reason, decided to blacklist our password reset emails. Any other email coming from us, perfectly fine. Just our password reset emails, yeah, it doesn't even go into your spam folder. They just outright blacklist those emails. So I'm looking through that, seeing if there's anything that I could quickly handle. Well, during that time, we also received a second email from this person, which it's clear that English is their second language. And they were making some less than savory comments. It wasn't even death threats at that point, just less than savory comments. They also made these same exact comments in Discord, so it was decided by myself as well as the DW3 admins that yes, this is a very, very clear violation of our terms of service for you to participate in Distant Worlds 3. We expect some civility from people. I know, shocking. So after my 5 days on the ambulance, and I was finally able to come back home and spend more than 5 minutes at home, I was able to log into the database, find this user by their email address, and subsequently banned them from Distant Worlds 3. And then once the ban was fully processed and they realized they had been banned, that's when the death threat emails came out. Oh, thank you. I'm definitely going to have a great fucking day because after this I have my own personal Twitch stream where I will be enjoying at least 2 glasses of adult grape juice. Anyways, so yeah, this guy sent death threats to multiple FleetCom moderators and admins. They also sent it via email, and we've taken all necessary actions, and we're letting legal authorities handle the rest. Unfortunately, where this person is from, literally nothing's going to happen to them, but at least we have done our due diligence. They may or may not be removed from Discord, from Elite Dangerous. All we can say is, yes, we've done our part. We've made the reports that we need. And what happens from there is completely out of our hands. But yes, so...
it has come to this, yes.
Yes. I'm honestly not surprised that it happened, because...
But that's a statement for itself.
Yes, yeah, that is honestly a huge statement just in and of itself. I mean, compared to what happened during Distant Worlds 2 with Distant Ganks 2, this has been mild, honestly. Oh, it's working again. Awesome. Thank you for testing that, Freyer. There was a point in time, and we did test it live. We had Q, the amazing, awesome Q. He tested it with his Gmail account, and it did not show up at all. So I'm glad to hear that it is working again. But yeah, no, compared to Distant Worlds 2 and what we dealt with there, that was this has been mild. We honestly have more nuisance players who aren't even part of Distant Gangs 3 that we have to deal with more than we actually have to deal with gankers. And honestly, fleet carriers have been a great boon for that because there's a lot less danger on a long expedition like this of people blowing up and suddenly finding themselves from being just a few jumps from Beagle Point all the way back in the bubble now. It's much less dangerous and much less elite. It's like novice safe. They really should rename the game Novice Safe.
Yeah, mostly harmless. But yeah, maybe that's why they are starting to resort to different means of, yeah, trying to get to people.
Yeah, and that is one thing is people stop listening to the global chat in game. Oh my fucking god. Zorian has done a
What just
phenomenal job with the FAQ.
Yeah,
Especially with
definitely.
all of the information and disinformation that
Hey,
has been
anyone
going around. They have
watching
done
the
an
YouTube
amazing
stream,
job.
can you tell me what just happened? My SRV
what?
just got thrown up into the sky.
Did you run into a geyser or something?
No.
Yes. Prayer, you're an experienced player. Unfortunately, we have brought along so many new players, and they take everything seriously. Oh my god, this person said that if I fly in open, I'm getting banned. Oh my god, this person said if I play in solo, I'm going to get banned. No. No. We have never once said flying in open you will get banned. No, what we have said is no official Distant Worlds 3 events will happen in open. Do not fly in open because that is where you will get killed by the gankers. Don't play in open. Play in the FleetCom PG. That is where all of the official events will be happening. Don't want to play in the PG? Didn't get into the PG because you didn't fill out the PG application. Oh my fucking god. As one of the FleetCom PG admins, oh my god. The level, the lack of reading comprehension of an entire group of players who are playing a somewhat complex space flight simulator game. The lack of reading comprehension. Astounding.
Yep,
Yeah.
have to agree. And that's not just
That
apparent with
unfortunately the case.
the PG and everything. There's so many other things.
Yeah, I mean, people, it is not that hard to read a few paragraphs and follow some basic instructions. Also, we can see when you put in your application, when you open up a help ticket and you say, oh, I applied way back, da-da-da-da-da, I still haven't received my invite. And I look at the PG request list, and your application was just put in 5 minutes ago, you do realize that you now have put yourself at the very bottom of the list. You will be one of the last people that we invite in that batch, or we may even hold you off for another batch. There's no point of lying and trying to make yourself look good, saying, "Oh, I applied so long ago," when you
Have
didn't.
people actually done it? Because that's the first time I hear about this.
Yes, multiple
Wow.
times. We have even had people say, "Oh, I applied weeks ago," and they have not actually put in their application.
Yeah, okay, that's a bit stupid.
There were also some people who thought that signing up on the website also takes care of the PG invitation.
Which is
Okay,
funny
maybe
because
that's
on the
a
website it
possibility.
says make sure to apply to the PG. Oh, that's okay. Sorry, this is a rant podcast. That was a huge trigger the other week. FleetCom and Distant Worlds 3 are two completely separate things. FleetCom is an exploration focused community. We have our own PG that is PvE only, barring some few exceptions. I'm not going to go into those few exceptions here because there are some people that love to twist our little words. But the PG, for the most part, is PvE only.
Yes.
Distant Worlds
Oops,
3
sorry.
is a community-run exploration expedition. Notice, I didn't say that it's a exploration community. It's an expedition. Distant Worlds 3 is an event, not a community. Distant Worlds 3 is working with FleetCom to borrow the FleetCom PG and run all of the Distant Worlds 3 events in FleetCom, just as we have done with Distant Worlds 1 and Distant Worlds 2. They are two completely separate entities. Now, with that said, is some of the FleetCom moderators and admin team part of the Distant Worlds 3 org team? Yes. Is part of the Distant Worlds 3 org team part of the FleetCom admin and moderation team? Yes. Are there people on the FleetCom moderation and admin team who are not part of Distant Worlds 3 organization? Yes.
Yes.
Are there people part of the Distant Worlds 3 organization that are not part of FleetCom admin and moderators? Fucking yes. Oh my god. Most of the people in the Distant Worlds 3 organization have no moderator or admin roles in FleetCom. They're literally just organizers for this event. Not community, event. So stop
Yes.
saying they're the same thing. That is like saying that an apple and a chihuahua are the same thing. They're not.
But they're like 90% same genes?
I don't wear jeans. I wear khakis.
Okay. Genome. But yes. Nagi, your Discord catch-up thingy on OBS is capturing something that isn't Discord.
Yeah.
Looks like meta-elite or something.
No, it's the FleetCom Discord because I'm looking at the pins in the racing channel to find out the planets where I have to go for the materials.
Yes, they come with cargo pockets. So I guess technically they're cargo pants. Realistically, they are 511 brand EMS pants. And yes, I wear those every single day. Because, oh my fucking god, the only pants more comfortable than my EMS pants are scrubs. Oh my god, scrubs are like wearing pajamas. And no one's going to bat an eye.
Yeah, cargo pants all the way.
The only thing that I like about my EMS pants that I don't like about scrubs is pockets. Oh my god, my cargo pockets. I have pockets inside of pockets. I have pockets on top of pockets. In one
Yes.
pair of pants, I actually have a total of 32 pockets. Also counting the pen
A
pockets.
lot.
32
I
pockets.
actually,
And I filled them all before.
I only wear Engelbert Strauss pants.
Oh god.
They're the best cargo pants. They're very comfortable. They have actually like everyday, not just work
For
clothes.
those
So
unaware, it's a German brand that's specifically making clothes for workers, so like sturdy
yeah, but they
clothes
also
with lots of pockets.
have a lot of like regular everyday stuff, and that's quite awesome because yeah, it's kind of the only place you can actually get reliably high quality cargo pants here. Actually, white cargo pants, not just these like slim fit thingies with pockets on the legs. That's not a cargo pant.
Also, HD Exothermia raised a made a comparison to conventions where people confuse convention staff with hotel staff and the other way around. I have honestly not been to a convention yet where there were problems that at least came to my attention that had to deal with one of the two.
Oh my god, yes, Freyr. That is so very true. FleetCom admins and moderators, we do this for free. We do this year round, even when Discworld's events are not happening. We moderate and we run a Discord server with over 10,000 people in it every single day for free. We moderate hundreds upon hundreds of messages every single day right now because Discworld 3 is very much active. All for free in our free time. Discworld 3, we are all volunteers. We do this for free. And when I say we do this for free, we're gonna do a little math. I know, ew, math, but I want to put some of this into perspective, especially as the database admin for all of Distant Worlds 3. So my job as the database administrator is I am the one responsible for every bit of data that gets submitted to the website. That is your account information, that is your commander information, your ship, lore, everything that you see on the fleet roster, everything you see in the fleet statistics, every single thing that you see in expedition news, new events, waypoints, that is all handled in the database. I am responsible for every single bit of data, and that's computer bit of data. I am responsible for that. That is my job, is to maintain all of that data, make sure that all of the data is being stored properly and managed properly. Now, my going rate was what I was making in my last IT job, where I was a project manager, I was a database administrator, I was a quality assurance engineer, lead quality assurance engineer, and system trainer. I trained all of our programmers, other database administrators, and other QA engineers and our users how to use new software being implemented, as well as testing automation lead. Yes. Now, sometimes they weren't all the same job at the same exact time, but that is what I have done under the umbrella of my one job from the age of 18 until May of last year. So 18 years, give or take. Part of it was part-time, but yeah, essentially 18 years. I have worn
36,
several hats.
37 now?
Yes. I do be 37. I do be degree muzzle. So I make $54 an hour. Now, for a project like this, if I were to actually bill someone, and I have done this before, I have actually done consultation work, I've built private databases, and I've charged people money. I have a minimum of 200 billable hours. Now, for Distant Worlds 3, I would say between all of the emails that I have to monitor and handle, as well as building out the database from scratch, which includes all of the stored procedures for database programming, I'm probably closer to 400 hours, but we'll say 200 billable hours. So at $54 an hour for 200 hours, that is $10,800 US that I've given to Distant Worlds 3 for free. Now, Rickson is our, he does the website of things. He's put in more hours than me because the website of things takes even more than that. So let's double it. So right now, between Rickson and I, we've given to the team $21,600 minimum to the Distant Worlds 3 organization, completely for free. So when people bitch about, oh, why does it look so shitty on my phone? Why isn't everything being updated instantly? We're doing this for free. We are doing this on our personal time. My personal time happens to only come in either 2-day increments, where one day I'm sleeping most of the day, so that's a 1 day, and then a 5-day, which really drops down to 4 days. So every 2 weeks, I am able to put at most 5 days where I could potentially focus on that. 5 days in 2 weeks. Yeah. I'm not taking my 5 days every 2 weeks and spending all of it to program something for 1 or 2 people, for something, a little niche thing. When I'm on the ambulance, I don't give a fuck. Literally, the entire database could have crashed and be gone, and we have lost all of our backups, and oh my god, the world has come to a complete end. I don't give a fuck.
You have actual people to save.
Yes. I have an actual job. I have a real job. I work on an ambulance. I save people's lives. I could tell you, during the first week of Distant Worlds 3. Correction. It was the week leading up to the launch of Distant Worlds 3. Yeah, well, some people were bitching about, I think it was, oh yes, it was the next event. Title was saying one thing, and Date was saying another, and it was a very, very minor fix. People were bitching about that. At that same exact time, myself, my partner, a pair of paramedics, and 4 firefighters were doing CPR for half an hour trying to save someone's life. They did not make it. Half an hour. Just shy of 10 people trying to save 1 life, and y'all were bitching that the front page was slightly off. And why isn't it being fixed? Let's put that into a little bit of perspective here.
Yeah, the importance of some stuff has some don't seem to have the right perspective on that. I mean, even I didn't have the right numbers to put it into perspective for myself, but I know how much work it is.
It's a lot of work, and yes, I'm taking one of the extreme instances here to push a point. And yes, for some people that is very dark and morbid. I have been around dead bodies my entire life. I had a very large extended family. I'm used to being around death. So at the end of the day, we literally went back to station. We cleaned our truck. We did a resupply, and we were off for the day. I went home, had dinner, crashed because I had to go to work again the next day. But that's the reality. Is I am not available constantly to fix things. No one is paying me to be available. So if I say, hey, we're aware of this, we'll get to it when we can. We'll get to it when we can.
Yeah,
There are
I
a
think
lot
that's the
more
most
important
asked
things
for.
going
I actually have another, like, to get into a bit of a lighter topic for a moment at least.
Yes.
I have a complaint about the game.
Oh,
Maybe
yes,
I'm
I
having
love
this complaint for no reason, but don't you hate it that the auto-orbiting thing from the Super Cruise Assist orbits the fucking planet the wrong way?
What do you mean?
Like it's like having the planet above you instead of below you?
You know, I never put that little tool in and used it, so I've never even noticed. But yes,
Yeah.
that would annoy the fucking shit out of me. Yes, the planet is always supposed to be below you. Oh,
Yeah, if you want to take a nice picture, you know, for these kind of situations and have it orbiting in the right, and just take like a series of pictures from different points in the orbit. I don't want to look at the bottom, what my fucking ass of my ship. I want to see the top. But yeah, just a minor
You know what you
complaint here.
mentioned. 'Cause
Unless
I
there is
usually
an
don't
option
use
in
it to
game
orbit, so it's like I know that it doesn't do the thing that I wanted to do when
you know,
with orbiting.
Freya has a point. Let's meet in the middle and have it on the side instead of above or below.
Yeah.
Would look even cooler. But yeah, that's just about the. I don't think anyone has ever mentioned that in anywhere. That's why I'm bringing it up. But there should be an option to just decide for yourself. You know, that you could make it an easy gameplay option with a drop-down menu where you can pick how to orbit a planet.
okay. I'm going to explain why having the planet above you is the wrong way to do it. Because when you're trying to enter into orbit, you want to go nose down. You want to be able to properly control that angle of descent. And then when you're landing, guess what? You want your ass pointed to the ground. If the planet is above you, your ass isn't pointed towards the ground. You lose control. Guess what's crashing first? Your head. Only 10 lines of code and 15 new bugs for things completely unrelated to it. That's how that fix would go in.
Yeah, very easy fix actually. Could do that myself if I were working there. But yeah, I'm using Super Cruise Assist quite a lot actually, just for convenience.
Yeah, for approaching stations and carriers and stuff like that. Yep.
So I can go AFK and do stuff and like walk around my ship, you know. I mean, what fucking reason do I have an autopilot on my ship for? Not that.
Yep.
But yeah, I've made it to
I gotta bitch about that.
now.
Oh my god. In this day and age, in 33 whatever the fuck,
12.
3312, how is autopilot not built into every single fucking ship?
No thinking machines.
I think
and
it
all
is
that.
when you buy them. It's just people take it off.
It shouldn't be an optional module. Like
Yeah.
the computer in your ship is not an optional module. There is no way in hell. Super Cruise Assist autopilot should be a separate module.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Nope. I figured it out. I figured out why it is.
Do you have a reason for it?
FDev is secretly Apple.
Oh, they want you to buy stuff. Yeah, accessories
Yep.
like wheels for your car.
Yes. Here, we will sell you this car. Doors,
Wheels,
wheels,
steering wheel, engine,
windshield,
sold separately.
optional.
Yep. Common sense also sold separately.
Oh,
But
my
yeah,
God.
the Fighters Federation is secretly Apple. But I mean, of course it is. You know, what else would be such a powerful organization? So definitely
Microsoft.
a corporation behind it. Oh yeah, common sense. Yeah, doesn't make dollars.
Oh my God. The lack of common sense. Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
that was funny. Yeah. Oh, you cracked me up.
Yes, that was good. I got to rant for a second. Real world rant.
Sure. That's what we're here
Oh
for
my
tonight.
God. Oh my God. The lack
Don't mind
of
if I go
common
pee really quick, though.
sense in people nowadays. Holy shit. I've yet to have an impaled object from someone slipping in the shower. But people, please, as someone whose moniker during Distant Worlds 2 was the Drunken Wolf, whose radio show is still called Drinking with the Wolves, who drinks about 2 glasses of wine on his Twitch streams once a week. I know how to drink in moderation. I know how to make sure that I am not making my drinking problem everyone else's drinking problem. Holy fucking shit, people. Use a little bit of common sense. If you weigh 75 pounds, you can't drink a liter of vodka. That's a little bit of an exaggeration. But common sense, people. Common sense. Drink in moderation. If you're in the United States, an ambulance is not cheap. When you drink in excess, you're going to be getting multiple bills. You're going to get to meet a lot of cool people. Some people there at the end of their name tag is going to say EMT. Some it'll say
Kenny,
paramedic.
need to
Others will
interrupt you
be
for a
RN
second.
and MD. What was it?
I got another comment about audio on the stream from Espirite. A bit louder. So which part do you want louder? Do you want the game sound louder? Do you want Kenny
thing that
louder?
matters,
Or
of
do you
course.
want me louder? Can you
Oh,
please
right, yeah.
specify?
Oh, I got pinged. Damn. Oh,
Where
it's
the fuck
just
did I get? Oh, okay.
announced. All right, what announcement got made?
I don't know. I'm not even reading it. I'm taking
All
a
of
break.
Um,
It is about the Ron who really.
Yes.
I cannot turn everything louder. You'd have to increase your own master volume for that.
Oh
Do you have
my
your
God.
OBS maxed out?
Sorry, what?
Do you have your OBS maxed out already? The volume?
If I,
But yeah, again,
I would have to turn my microphone even up even more, and it's already boosted, so it would just sound awful if I do that.
okay. Yeah, makes sense. Now, I need to find out how to find the hotspots for tritium now. So I forgot how to mine.
So do we have to go to the ER? Okay, yes. Oh my god. The people who should go to the ER are usually the ones where we show up and they're like, oh no, we don't want any help. The ones who have absolutely no reason calling for an ambulance, taking me out of service, being unable to perform my emergency duties, for toe pain are excessive. People, 911 is for an emergency. You have some crushing chest pain and you're not sure if it's you just got some acid reflux or you might be having a heart attack. Call 911 or whatever it is in whatever country you're in. If you have toe pain because you stubbed your toe last night, and it is now 5 o'clock in the morning and it still hurts, take yourself to fucking urgent care. You don't need an ambulance. If you're too scared to drive, ask a friend or a family member. You don't need an ambulance. If your foot is gushing blood, call an ambulance. If you've got the sniffles for the past 2 weeks, go to urgent care. You don't need an ambulance. Also, your friend drinks in excess to an extreme point where they are suffering from alcohol poisoning. They're no longer intoxicated. They're actually being poisoned by the amount of alcohol that they have consumed. The call comes in as agonal breathing, meaning you are breathing at 6 respirations or less per minute. The average for a person who is awake, alert, and not having any problems is, depending on who you talk to, between 10 and 18 respirations per minute. If you're at 6 or below, yeah, that's kind of an emergency. Guess what? When we arrive on scene and we go, yep, this person, this underage drinker who you all are lying to us and telling us that they're 21, is clearly, very, very clearly not 21. Guess what? They're going to the ER. Telling us, oh, well, they don't have health insurance, so can't we just take care of them? Guess what? The minute you called 911 for an unconscious person, nope. They now get a lovely ride to the hospital where they get to meet some pretty fun people. If we arrive on scene and you have an altered level of consciousness, that means you are not alert and oriented. You have no legal right to tell us, no, I don't want to go. Guess what? You're going. For your safety. You're going. For your friend's safety. They are going. When we arrive on scene and they are still completely unconscious, when I go and I poke them to get their blood sugar and I don't get twitch from them because they are that intoxicated, they're going in the ambulance. Sucks you don't have health insurance because guess what? You're irresponsible drinking. Your friends being extremely irresponsible and not monitoring you and telling you, hey, you've had enough, stop, is now going to be a very costly bill, multiple bills for you. Because if you're in my area, guess what? You're getting a bill for the BLS crew that showed up to stabilize you. You're getting a bill for the ALS crew, who has now run a 4-lead, a 12-lead, has put an IV in, has given you IV fluids, has given you Zofran for your nausea because you are puking up in the back of my fucking ambulance. And you're still basically unconscious. Yeah, you're getting a bill for them. The fire department showed up because we always need a lift assist and sometimes fire is closer. You're getting a bill for them. PD has to show up because minor is intoxicated. And yeah, you're going to get billed for that. And then you're going to spend the night in the ER, where if you're lucky, they're not going to pump your stomach. If you're unlucky, they are going to pump your stomach. You're going to spend the night in the ER. They're going to be pushing lots of fluids. You are going to wake up with the world's worst hangover ever. And then you're going to have an ER bill. And then you're going to have to handle the repercussions of being an intoxicated minor. Yeah, common sense, people.
Yeah, some common sense is definitely helpful. Can you quickly help me out and tell me how to find mining hotspots in rings?
Have you asked in the miners channel? I probably found them already.
Oh yeah, they found everything within like 1,000 light years.
Okay, let's check there then. I'm gonna complain if I don't immediately find my information in the first message, which is the miners channel anyway.
It's called
hashtag
miners or mining or something.
Okay, let's control T this shit. Mining. No, miners. Ah, there we go. Okay, where's the information? Check the
No,
pin.
ask people. Type in the chat.
Ask people.
Ask, and then someone will probably tell
Yo,
you.
chat, is this real?
There's a tritium hotspot near the waypoint system. Or you could use EDSM search.
How does that work?
Can't explain it from head while not looking at it. You have to poke around on the website. Oh wait, was it EDSM? But there is a website that has where you can search for hotspots. Was it Inara? You could do that.
I don't think Inara has that.
Semi-recent community goals that I looked up hotspots.
Apparently I missed a message about half an hour ago about how I need to tone my ranting down because it's not constructive. This is called a rant for a reason. I'm not going to name this person out loud. I know they're listening, so yes, no. That's great. This is called a rant. I'm allowed to rant.
Yes. That's what rants are for. They're not really meant to be constructive. But of course, if there's any constructive input you have, we welcome it.
And also next week is gonna be way more wholesome.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, the problem with this week was like they're so busy with what has been going on the expedition, and the whole DSSA event is not over yet, so we can't do the podcast where we talk about how we've done everything. So that will come at some point where we talk about how we got the carrier there, how things were planned, how our plans have been crushed, and other things. That's a
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, but how do I find mining hotspots myself if I'm looking for them?
You fire the detailed surface scanner probes into a ring. And hope.
Oh, okay. That makes a.
Yeah, and tritium is
whole
in
bunch of
icy
that.
rings.
Yep. DSS the rings, and then you want to look for those sexy, hot, overlapping hotspots. Are those still a thing? I haven't played the game in
Yes,
quite a
they
while.
exist. face.
I think they are. I think I'm seeing one lightly on the. Oh, there's one. Right, found one. Yep, that works. They are hot like hot. Oh, that's a wrong
See,
light hot. So I'm looking for
Crozier, I specifically do not name anyone, regardless of what I'm ranting about, because I feel that, hey, if I am ranting and giving my own personal opinions, I don't need to name and shame people. That's actually a FleetCom
rule. Yeah.
Discord rule, is no naming and shaming. You've noticed during this entire time, I have never once said anyone's name. That is a very hard rule that I put on myself with ranting. I do this on my Twitch stream. Every single time I stream, I have a half an hour to an hour long session called What the Fuck is Up with Kenny, where I usually I'm ranting about my job. It was first when I really needed to blow off steam back when I was working IT, and now to rant and rave about all of the stupid shit that I see out working on an ambulance. Now, on an ambulance, I 100% cannot use people's names because that would be a huge HIPAA violation. And I could lose my job, I could lose my license, I could get sued. So I don't use people's names. Even with my IT job, because I was privy to some information, and saying certain people's names could potentially get me in trouble with my job. Not to the point where I could get fired or anything, but it can make my life a living hell. So I have always opted to either not use names or use pseudonyms, such as with my old job, we had creepy supervisor. There was this very, very creepy. The first time I met him on Teams, the first thought that went across my mind is, this is a sexual predator. That was the very first thing that came across my mind. The first time I saw him and he opened his mouth was, I do not want to be associated with this person. This person is creepy as fuck. So he became creepy supervisor, because I'm not going to say his name. I still, even though I have not worked for that company for almost a year now, I'm still never going to say his name. Same thing here when we're talking about anything that's happening in FleetCom Distant Worlds 3, whether it's the community members themselves, which there are several that I will be ranting about on my stream, or we're talking about actual org members, I am not going to use their names. It is not fair to them. It's rude of
it's me
to use their names and not give them the chance. Other than Nagi, I will straight up call Nagi a lazy ass fucking cat.
Yeah, name and praise is fine though. So if you want to shout out someone for doing a good job, that's very welcome.
Yeah, on that note, thanks to all the people who have sent who have sent me locations to farm the materials for SRV repairs. I'm not having too much luck with tungsten at the moment, but I've been getting some.
Yes, honestly, the number one person I think from the Distant Worlds 3 organization and FleetCom who deserves praise right now is Zorian. The amount of work that she has put in to try and clean up all of the misinformation and disjointed information and put it into one place with the correct information has been absolutely phenomenal. The amount of shit that she has gotten from the community is unacceptable. I literally have a list of 5 to 10 people, and I'm giving you a rough estimate because I don't want you all to start trying to figure out who all is actually on this list. I have a list of people who, in which the whole seals from Distant Worlds 2 will joke about with Kenny's ban list is, yes, I do have a ban list. There are people who your actions are seen. You take one step over that line, your actions have been enough to where I personally will remove you from the Discord server. following FleetCom protocols, I will remove you if I'm the one that sees it because of your actions and how you have treated staff. Again, we're all volunteers here. And not a lot of you, most of you. We have currently at the moment 8,682 registered commanders, 8,463 unique players registered. There's over 8,000 of you. There's a very teeny tiny minuscule amount of you who are causing a bunch of issues. So when I say all of you who are causing issues, remember, for the vast majority, 8,400 plus of you, you've all been amazing. For that small subset, we see you guys. We take note. And if we feel that, hey, you're no longer going to be part of this community, you will no longer be part of this community. So be kind, be courteous, because at the end of the day, we're all volunteers, and if we really don't want to put up with you, we won't put up with you, and you will be removed.
Yep.
Oh, and I will say, on the flip side of that, for everyone who has been absolutely enjoying it and you've been giving us praise, whether it's DMs, you're emailing us, or you're putting it in one of the Discord channels, we do see those. We screenshot those. We have an entire channel in the Distant Worlds 3 organization server where we are just posting those messages, because there are times where we're ready to quit. Last night, I was basically ready to quit. Right before I went to bed, after I said what I needed to say in the org team, I went and I read every single thank you in that channel. So for those of you who are having a great time, every single positive message means a lot to us.
Yes, it helps, even.
So it very much helps. So if you're sitting there going, oh, well, I don't want to throw in a message saying, oh my God, you guys are doing great or whatever, because it'll feel false or whatever, please do, because you guys see, and you're having all of this fun and everything, and you don't have to deal with the negative. We are part of our main job, especially those of us who are the FleetCom moderators, our job is to deal with all of the negative. We see every single negative comment. As the database administrator and one of the and the co-manager for the entire dev team, every single message of, oh, this on the website's bad, that on the website's bad, it's personal. There's no way to not make it personal. Rickson and I spent 9 months building this thing out before we launched it live for everyone to sign up. A lot of time, a lot of heart went into this, and we have to deal with the negative comments. We have to take those in. We can't just completely ignore them, because a lot of the negatives are somewhat valid. There are bugs that we have to fix. There's a bug that is not going to get fixed with special characters. I specifically said we should not allow any special characters and commander names or anything, because it's going to be a nightmare to handle. And lo and behold, it was a fucking nightmare to handle. And this bug is so embedded in the code that we can't touch it without breaking everything. So we have to deal with all of those negative comments. We don't get as much time. We don't get to spend the time with the positive, because, hey, website looks great. Okay, cool. I can screenshot that and plug that away. I don't have to do anything with it anymore. I spend 3 seconds on a positive comment. I could spend days or weeks dealing with a negative comment. So one negative comment overshadows any positives, because there's so few positive comments, and when we do see those positive comments, it's for a few seconds. Everything negative takes time. So yes, don't be shy. If you want, if you see any org, Distant Worlds 3 org member doing something and you're having a blast with it, whether that's the races, the different events, Meta Elite website, whatever, or you're seeing the FleetCom moderators, and we're dealing with some less than
Okay.
savory people in
Testing,
chat.
testing. How is my voice volume level compared to the person you've just heard talking all the time? I would like to know that from YouTube chat, please, because yeah, I've gotten complaints again that volume is too low. So now I'm speaking, so now you hear my voice. How's that level compared to what you've just heard? Is it louder? Is it quieter? Is it the same? Please answer.
Okay, before the cat went meow, please feel free to DM us. Post in FleetCom General, in Distant Worlds 3 chat, post wherever, and give us that thanks. Because that helps us continue to go forward. I am intentionally stepping away from the FleetCom Discord itself, the Distant Worlds 3 organization server itself, because I am burnt out with dealing with so much negative and dealing with certain members in the community that I am ready to quit. I don't want to quit. The people that
Yeah.
I've gotten to work with since the start of planning of Distant Worlds 3, which started right at the end of Distant Worlds 2. So 7 years ago is when we first started all of this. I've worked with this amazing team of people. Some of us have come and gone. We've gotten new people, new energy, new ideas. It has been an amazing team to work with.
Oh, hold on.
The entire FleetCom community as a whole has been an amazing community coming together. All of that gets overshadowed with negative comment, negative comment, negative comment, negative comment, and it builds, especially for those of us who have multiple roles. Myself, my roles are Distant World 3 Database Administrator, Distant World 3 Co-Development Manager, FleetCom Moderator, and FleetCom PG Admin. So I wear multiple hats. I have to deal with the negative of a lot of things. I'm burnt out. I am not taking part in Distant Worlds 3 because I knew ahead of time that, hey, the pace that we're going to be going at and how my new job works, I cannot participate. I was ecstatic when we first announced internally, hey, we're bringing Distant Worlds 3 back. I was going to take part, and now I know I can't. So I'm trying to live vicariously through all of you, while also trying to deal with the negatives, try to fix things when I can. Every single time I get my 5 days off, I've got 30 or 40 emails of people who forgot their password and didn't register with an email address because despite me saying, hey, it's going to be a bad idea to not force email registration, it was decided that email registration was going to be optional. I am personally paying for that decision. I have to.
Sorry, just to check audio again. I do see a bar moving on OBS. I know I just muted Kenny, the Discord, so I have to. I do have a little bit of an idea how the levels compare to each other. I did find a setting that I actually had turned my microphone down, but I think that's also controlling gain. So if I turn this up too much, then you would hear my headset sound through the mic, and that would be bad. But let's see. We can try to get this right.
Overwhelming stuff that's happening.
Oops.
What? Oops.
I did find that I had turned my mic down in Windows, but because that's also controlling gain, I think. And when I put it to 100%, I noticed that it was also picking up my headset. So that's why.
Can someone explain? Yeah. Damn. Can someone explain to me why my limpets aren't collecting stuff I'm mining?
How's audio now, by the way, people? You just heard Michael talk and me talk. How do we both compare?
Okay, yeah, it's better, someone says.
So do you have the fucking what is it has been so long? The smelter or furnace, whatever the fuck it module it is.
The refinery module,
The
no.
refinery. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't done anything with tritium since fleet carriers first came out, and FDev took a huge shit on that entire thing and spit in all of our faces with going, oh yeah, we showed you all of these amazing different fleet carriers that we're going to have, and we're showing you working demos of all of them, and oh yeah, no, we decided to scrap all of that and just do one. That was the tipping point for me. I quit Elite Dangerous. I tried to come back when and then when they're like, oh yeah, we're going to do rubber stamp terrain for the entire galaxy, because we want to turn the game into a first-person shooter. That's when I was absolutely like, nope, I'm never coming back. And then Discworld 3 was like, hey, we're going, and I'm like, okay, I'll try. I do believe, sorry, that was a long way of saying I think you need the refinery for tritium, but I'm not 100% certain. So
Yes,
if they're
you
not
do.
collecting the tritium,
You need
that-
the
yeah,
refinery
if you don't-
for everything that you mine, except for
Okay,
like materials.
so that's why my limpets are just ignoring the stuff.
yes, that is why your limpets are limp. And to the person who has DM'd me about a bug report, hey, please never ever hesitate to submit a bug report via the contact page using bug and tech issue. Even if it's on mobile or you think it's not a big deal, please fill that out. I like having a list of bugs. We can't address things that are broken if we don't know that they're broken. We may come back to you and go, hey, we're not going to be able to fix this, or just straight up just say thank you for the bug report. We'll get to it when we can, and never actually get to it. Never be afraid to submit a bug report. Please.
Yeah,
And
also, it's not a
as
bug.
long
it's a
as you're
feature.
courteous about it. Don't be the one going, why is this broken? Fix this immediately. Yeah, no. Your email is going to be ignored. I will copy down the bug report details, but I'm not responding back to you. But yes, never be afraid to submit a bug report, even for a real minor bug report, because what you think may be minor, we may actually think is major, or we could go, oh hey, this is literally a super simple fix here. Let's fix this one line of code that we're already touching for this other bigger bug that we're working on. Boom, we fix that, and we take out 2 bugs with one push request. So never ever apologize or feel that you should not submit a bug report.
Yeah.
And now who the fuck
Rather to have a few false negatives. Wait, what was it? It's the same with vaccines. You'd rather have a few false, not vaccines, but testing for stuff, for diseases.
Yes.
You'd rather have a few false positives instead of false negatives.
And to the person who just pinged FleetCom admins, moderators, and everything, thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much. That's appreciated. All right, I'm back
I'm
after
not
this
looking at
sun,
the Picom Discord
and
right now. There was a ping?
Yes.
I need to find
Look in the feedback
a
channel to
refinery.
see. Yep. And I know we try to make the podcast go about 2 hours, but I do have to start wrapping up.
I think we can
Because
finish
I have some
this one.
things I have to do before my stream. But yes, no, this has been fun. Thank you guys for letting me rant about Distant Worlds 3 and everything that's been going on around it. That's been very cathartic.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what
please
this
more
was
audio
for. So,
feedback. My stream audio absolutely needs to be fixed. So if it's good
Yes,
now or
Yeah.
if
you
it's
should
still
fix
not
that.
good, then please let me know. This needs to be fixed.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Do not submit a bug or a tech issue for Noggy's audio. I can't fix it.
Yeah, that's too far away. But yeah, I think we can finish up here in general. I'm actually glad that it like went this long. That we actually had this much to complain about. That's also an achievement. Um, even though everything seems to be going very well, on the other hand. But yeah, I thank everyone for joining us on this little side rant, whatever this was, Ventcast Volume 2. And of course, Nagi and Kenny, thank you for coming and doing this with me.
You.
Yeah, Nagi, do you want to tell everyone what next week is about?
No, not yet. Because it would give away a bit about the next waypoints. Because it very much and that's the reason why we are doing it next week. Because it's very much related to where we are going. But it's gonna be
It
wholesome.
is related to where we are going. Okay, yeah. That isn't even too much already in terms of hints.
We have a special person, and probably some additional people as well. I'm gonna ask some people. But one special person is confirmed, and
Yes.
yeah.
So definitely
wholesome, but
next week
also
is gonna
sad
be,
on the other hand. So yeah.
gonna be a worthy
Wholesome and sad.
thing.
The same.
Sorry.
Hang on. All right. Yeah. Let's end things here. Thank you very much.
At what
for
time
being
will
here,
the next
and,
waypoint be announced? It's always on Sundays at, what is it, 9 p.m. UK time?
around 9 p.m. We don't want to see people like complaining about where's the fucking waypoint at 9:01.
Yes.
Have some
Also,
patience.
Speaking of important announcements and Sundays, not this Sunday, Sunday the 8th, next Sunday the 15th, registration for new commanders is closing. Sunday, February 15th. I don't have an exact time. It will be when Rickson and I are on together. And well, it will be when Rickson does it because I'll be on my 5 days. So Rickson will have to do the database side of things as well. Registration is closing on the 15th. You will not be able to register new accounts or new commanders.
Yes.
Registration updates. Changing your commander name, changing your ship loadout, changing your ship altogether, registering new ships. All of that closes on the following Sunday, the last Sunday of the month, February 22nd. We will be locking editing. The roster will be completely locked. If you're not on the roster, sucks to be you. If you decide to change your name of your character and you spend the money to change it in the middle of April, as we're coming towards the end of the expedition, sucks to be you. We will not be making updates. I know I'm going to get a lot of emails once everything closes of people whining and complaining.
Yeah.
We are locking the roster. No further changes will be allowed. So,
Yeah, you definitely
two
had
important
enough time
dates,
to
15th and
figure out
22nd. Yes, plenty of time still. You've got 2 more weeks to make any modifications. We will not make any changes after that. So, make sure to get registered by the 15th. If your status is still pending, you are in. You do not have to worry. If your status is pending, you do not have to worry.
Yeah, you made it in time.
If you want to make any changes, it has to be done by the 22nd. If you are changing your commander name and you get your commander name change in by the 22nd and it's not approved, do not worry. You're still in. Nagi just has to have the time to get to it. You are fine. But if you don't get those changes in or you do not get that commander registered by those 2 cutoff dates, we will not make an exception for anyone.
Yes.
With that said, I think that's all of the announcements that I have.
All right. Yeah.
I
Beyond
have
that,
more
I don't
announcements.
think.
We will so
Okay.
because the events have not been announced, we will be doing a mass jump this Sunday. Details will be posted, and I can give you this special announcement, which I'll not announce in text just yet, but you all can hear it next week. So on that Sunday, that's February 15th, when the day the roster closes, we will be doing a world record attempt at a mass jump. The most commanders in one instance. So you don't want to miss that.
Nice. A world
Get that
record
on the
attempt
website
sounds
now.
nice. Yeah, get yourself ready and for exam, especially make yourself familiar with how mass jumps work. Not works. Yeah, one other announcement in my on my own behalf is there's gonna be a promotional stream for my album that I'm releasing soon with my brother, that I made with my brother. And there's gonna be a promotional stream on the 21st of this month. I'm gonna make an announcement about that soon. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. But yeah, now we are finally done with all the announcements, I think.
Yep.
Okay, no objections. Right then, thank you again for everyone for being here. I hope you guys had fun listening to this. To this venting and absolutely necessary blowing off of some steam. Yeah, have a good night, day, whatever time zone you are in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And this was the official Disney Worlds podcast. See you next week. Yeah, bye.
Bye,
Bye,
have a good
everyone.
time.